Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with your girl Germaine. And today is Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Trying to, Mondays are strange days because you're trying to get it together and. So, welcome to Morning Brew this Monday morning with your girl Germaine. Jesse Moss 92775. Hey, we've been missing you over here, but I know you've been busy, so good to have you join us this morning for a coffee break. So today's message, yes, we're going to get into it, and I promise I will not hold you long. But today's message is rest is a radical act. Who, how many of you guys out there are tired? You're just tired. You work too hard, you're grinding too hard, you're tired, and you're not taking you're not getting the proper rest that you need. You're not doing the self-care that your body needs, that is longing for, so hmm, we're gonna get into it in this morning brew today. Okay. And like I said, this always speaks to me first. So, you had a birthday, Jesse. Well, happy birthday from your family over here at Morning Brew. I hope you had a lot of fun. Um, yes, you are one of us. So, hey, chime in. Let me know what you are sipping on today. I am finishing up my cappuccino. Yep, I did hazelnut cappuccino all last week, and I decided I wanted a cappuccino this morning. So it's brewing right now. I'm just waiting for it to come. But nevertheless, let's get into this message because I don't want to hold you guys long. I have a busy day just like you, and I got to get to some things that I need to get out today, okay? So let's talk about how rest is a radical act. So you know how we do. We take a pause so we can pour into purpose through Morning Brew. So today's theme is you don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to earn your rest. Let's talk about it. All right. So, in a world that glorifies, yes, like I said, the grind, we often confuse exhaustion with achievement. Are you somebody that does that? Do you think because I'm super exhausted and I'm super tired that I'm actually achieving something, I'm accomplishing something? Or are you just burning yourself out and you don't even realize you're burning yourself out? But you know those deadlines that you have to get to, you know how you may have overbooked, you see things starting to fall through the cracks, but you're staying up way past the time, which you're sacrificing your sleep, your rest in order to be on that grind. Or maybe it's a goal that you're working towards. I don't know, whatever it is. But we're going to talk about how rest is a radical act, okay? And you don't have to earn your rest. So let's continue. Rest isn't a reward you earn after doing enough, it's a right, a rhythm, and a reminder that you're human. Think about it. Think about that for a second while I grab my coffee or my cappuccino. All right. So hold on. I got a little hazelnut creamer now. Cappuccino really probably doesn't need any creamer in it, but I don't have any whipped cream or anything to put on it. So I'm going to just add a little hazelnut creamer to it. And I decided today not to add my sugar stick to it because, yeah, I probably don't need all that sugar. Right. All right. But guys, let's get back into this. Okay. So let's continue. So we're human, and yes, our body requires we get rest. If not, you will feel the pain of it. So when you rest, you reclaim your power. Did you realize that? When you get the proper rest, you reclaim your power. Now, if you're honest, let's talk about it. How many out there are really just tired? I'm overworked. I'm exhausted. One of my business colleagues and a friend, she has this phenomenal platform of coaching and training around the nation. And she said, "Hey, I want you to come in. I want you to be a coach." And the thing I kept hearing her say is, "Jermaine, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired." And the first thing I said was, I'm not trying to go back to that place. I know what that feels like, and it doesn't feel good. And so I am trying to learn how to balance my body, right? I'm balancing time. I'm working on it, work in progress. But also, I'm understanding the power behind protecting your peace. And I believe rest is definitely tied into that. So, with that, this is a segment that we get into pour into purpose. So, let's do a little pouring into purpose. So, we can kind of really break this down and have a different viewpoint of how we see rest. Okay. So, Jesse, before we go on, let me see what you're saying over here. What are you saying over here? So, um, and you said, and if you don't get rest and you're not honest to your body and your body gets too tired, sometimes people pass out. Yes, they do. Due to exhaustion, dehydration, or just physically abuse. Think about it. Are we abusing our bodies? Good morning, Leslie, over on Facebook. So, girl, we are talking about rest is a radical act. Yes, we need it. It's not something we have to earn. It's something we just need to take, right? Get the rest when our body screams out for it's time to rest. But we don't want to listen to that. We want to keep grinding and grinding and working and working. So let's get into pouring the purpose into this segment. So sleep is strategy. Hmm. Rest isn't laziness. I want you to think about it from this standpoint. It's leadership. So we want to equate a lot of times, if we're not careful, we'll say, oh, somebody's so lazy. Stop making excuses for a nap. Absolutely. I am learning how to pay attention to my body. When I felt like I was spiraling, and thank God for the Morning Brew community, having this platform to be able to share openly and having this community really give me the encouragement, giving me the grace. Um, just really like, girl, go take a nap. And sometimes take my own advice, unplug, rest, take a pause, you know, just stop for a moment. The body is screaming out, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. It's not just words out of your mouth. The body will begin to break down and shut down. So pay attention to your body. And like Leslie said, stop making excuses for a nap. If you're tired, go take a nap. We call them power naps. I need a 10, 15-minute nap. Next thing you know, a whole hour has gone by, and it's probably because your body needed it. So don't feel guilty. Give yourself some grace, right? So, a rested mind makes wiser decisions. That is so true. That is so true. My mentor who says, you know what, before you make life changing decisions, give yourself at least 3 days. 3 days to process through everything, right? But how many of us are making decisions when we are extremely exhausted and we know we're exhausted, we know we're fatigued, we know we're tired, but we're still making these life-changing decisions. But remember, with decisions, there are consequences to every decision we make, whether it be good, whether it be bad. But there is a consequence to every decision we make. So you want to make sure you are clear of mind. You want to make sure you're well rested when you're making life-altering decisions. And that could be on any level, small, medium, large level, any level. So sleep sharpens your creativity, clarity, and capacity. Don't get mad at me when I say, listen, 8 o'clock, my body begins to shut down. By 8:30, sometimes I'm out cold in the bed. And then my body wakes up and starts all over again at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go figure. But the thing is, my body is wise enough to know it needs to get the rest in order for me to function at a high level, right? In order for me to process through and making sure I'm meeting the needs of all my clients, right? And even the needs of my family, even my personal needs, even so, the body knows. Maybe we should start listening to it. Maybe. All right, let's continue to pour into purpose. Burnout isn't a badge of honor, so stop honoring burnout. When you think about it, does it even make sense? Burnout, I'm going to honor that. Even though you're breaking me down, my body can't function at 100% capacity. But I'm going to honor you because I want us to be in this place. I like being in this place, right? Of pure burnout, exhaustion, tired, stress to no end. Absolutely not. No honor. No badge of honor. No honor. Overworking is not a measure of worth. Who are you trying to prove something to? Think about it. Just ask yourself the question, why am I doing this to myself? And when is there a time that I felt free? I felt at peace? Was it when you got the rest that you needed? Or was it when you were in burnout mode? You judge, you decide which one works best for you. I'm just going to continue on giving a different viewpoint. You can't pour from an empty cup. Refill before you serve. So equate that empty cup to an empty vessel. I've exhausted everything I have. I have nothing more to give, but you still allow somebody to squeeze something else out of you when you know there's nothing else there. Who are you hurting, them or you? Yeah, you. We cause more harm to ourselves than good a lot of times. Why? Let that be your question of the day. That's not part of our reflection questions, but let that be a question for you. Why do I cause harm to me for the sake of somebody else? Do I not love myself? Is that why I beat up myself? Is that why I abuse myself? Is that why I don't feel rest is important? Why do we do it? What are we chasing after? Think about that. That's something for you to think about. Okay. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Once again, stop glorifying exhaustion. Peace is the new prestige. Start embracing peace. Start protecting your peace. Do not sacrifice your peace. Listen, have you all heard the statement that people are now saying, um, I may only have 20 more summers to live? What a way to look at life, right? Nowadays, sometimes we don't know if we only have one summer left, but our bodies will reflect how hard we work them, how hard we run them. Really, it will begin to show. It will. Medically, health wise, our bodies begin to break down when we abuse them. It does. I'll never forget, I worked with a trainer years ago. He said, look at your body like you as a vehicle. When your vehicle needs to get an oil change, you make sure you get an oil change. When your vehicle needs repairs, you make sure you get the repairs. When you feel something's going wrong, it doesn't feel good. Guess what? You're going to go see about it because you want that vehicle to get you from point A to point B all the way to point Z, right? So think about your body. Today, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be good to me, myself, my body. I'm going to see what my body needs today. I'm not just going to abuse it. I'm not just going to work it, overwork it. I'm start thinking a different way because this is the only body we have. And I would rather have the long-term summers left opposed to maybe one summer because I have worked myself into an early grave. Don't do it. It's never too late to refocus. It's never too late to stop, look, take a pause, reset, so you can begin to pour into purpose to think about long term goals and how you see yourself. Paint a picture in your mind. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as this exhausted person just trying to get to wherever you're trying to get to? Or is there more easier, better way to do that where I can protect my peace and I can be in better health? Think about it. You think about it. I'm gonna leave that with you. All right, so the last point of purpose segment. I haven't even taken a drink yet for my cappuccino. Hold on. Sometimes it's too hot. Like right now, I can't even get any out. I need to take the top off and let it cool off some. Hold on. All right, so let's talk about this last point of purpose is recharge to realign. Rest resets your spirit and priorities. Think about that while I get this top off without making a mess. Okay. Ah, okay, got it. All right. So, rest resets your spirit and priorities. All right. I am learning the importance of rest. And that's why I probably miss out on a lot of activities because I decide that, listen, 8 o'clock, when my body begins to shut down, I just can't go any further by 8:30 to the point I think people are really learning how I move in my business that you can't call her after 8 o'clock because you won't get her. And if she answers the phone, that's a blessing, right? But people know that, oh, nope, she shuts down. You can't call her after 8 because you ain't going to get much out of her. Hey, maybe it'll become contagious and somebody will pick up on it. But you know what? I know the difference when I get that 8 hours of sleep. And like I said, I don't even use an alarm clock. My body just automatically knows to get up. It's time. Let's get started. And so, and I also know the difference when trying to meet some deadlines and stuff. And I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. And next thing I know is 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm almost up 24 hours. What is wrong? My body is crying because it's tired. And then the funny thing is, I lay down and go to sleep, and my body still want to get up at 4 o'clock. Hey, what do you do? Force your body to sleep, right? So, but hey, Diana Knox Cooper, rest, yes, so important. It really is. It really is. It's so important. So, all right, you can't pour. Well, nope, we already did that. So, realignment happens. Think about this. Mm. Realignment happens when you quiet the noise and listen within. Sometimes you just need to be still. There's a whole morning brew with Germaine talking about that. So sometimes you just need to be still so you can hear the quiet voice that will help you get in right alignment. So stop beating yourself up. All right, guys, this is a part that you all can take part in. That you know how I like to leave two reflection questions for you to reflect on throughout your day, your month, whenever. But here we go. These are the questions. When was the last time I rested without guilt or justification? Hmm. These questions you might not be able to answer right away. It's probably going to take you a few minutes to think through. When was the last time I rested without guilt or justification? Think about that. Really, let it steep a little before you just try to answer. All right, the next one. How would my life change if I honored rest as part of my purpose, not a pause from it? Let me read that again. How would my life change if I honored rest as a part of my purpose, not as a pause from it? Think about that. I see already how my life changes when I get the proper rest. I do. I'm more productive, being able to function at a higher level, have clear mind, clear thoughts, my peace. I'm at a place of peace, letting nothing in this space to disrupt that. Sometimes I find myself even saying to people, listen, Please don't bring that to me right now. My brain can't function, and I do not need it to be, I don't need it to pivot to now be consumed with all this when I'm focused on this. So, my Coach V said, schedule your 24. And it is okay to not answer that phone every time it rings. Send a message saying, I'll call you back. It is okay to stay in a place of focus so you can get things done. But sometimes, do you ever find that your brain is so distracted because you probably didn't get enough rest? So your brain is like, nope, got to do this. Nope, want to do this. Nope, need to do this. All over the place because mentally it's not rested. So let me see. Let me share a few what people are saying. Leslie says, this morning I just got up at 10 a.m. and have no shame. Absolutely. Do not feel guilty. Give yourself the grace, and your body. You allowed it to just get up. And it felt good, didn't it? I know it felt good. Diana, what are you saying? Diana says, rest as part of my purpose instead of a pause from it. My God, what a word. Yes, right? So, guys, I tell you, rest, make that something that is consistent in your life. I am learning, and you know what? I know there's a morning brew that we talked about consistency and everything. If you go back in the archives under the YouTube studio, go to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to go and catch up on a lot that may apply to you in your everyday life, right? So, but I am learning the power in consistency. I'm learning the power and consistency because, and I just said to my husband this morning when we were talking about that, just being able to be consistent in a lot of things that we do. Rest should definitely be one of them till it just becomes habit forming and your body gets on a cycle or your body just knows time to go to bed. And sometimes my body may say that and it's 7:30 at night. And me and my husband will look and laugh and say, you know what? We tired. We go to bed, right? So it's okay because we want to wake up. We want to be, fresh, clear of mind, ready to move forward, to be productive in our day. So I'm learning the power and consistency. Thank you to Morning Brew with Germaine because we are coming into 8 months. Actually, we're 7 months, right at almost the 7 month mark in about 6 days. But then December, it'll be 8 months. And yes, I'm excited, still excited. But, we're getting ready to, before we go into our final sip, I just want to share what's going to take place hopefully this week. So, this week, because we are in holiday season, we're coming up on a holiday season. And I'm excited because I'm going to dedicate Wednesday morning brew Wednesday morning brew with Germaine mix blend Wednesday. I am dedicating it to highlighting authors because almost like let's preview some books of authors, HOV publishing authors, that whether you are self-published through us or whether you are a published author through us, but I'm going to be highlighting some books so people can buy for the holidays, black out this holiday season, whereas we're going to focus our dollars into Black owned businesses, more so giving it away to those that don't care anything about us, starts on Black Friday. Yep. Be wise with your money. That's really a lot of the power you possess, how you spend your dollars. So be wise, but that's going to go all the way through December 2nd. And you know what? If you feel you want to extend it longer, then extend it longer. So what I'm going to do this Wednesday, Mix Blend Wednesday, yes, we're going to talk about books, authors and new releases. So make sure if you have a book with us, you chime in. So, hey, your book could be one that we want people to go and buy for the holiday time. All right. Another thing is there's so much happening. I'm going to give a sneak peek, but I want you all to be prepared for this. January 2026, we are rolling out some new initiatives, right? And one of them is going to be, I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. Well, I'm just going to drop a seed. But we are launching our official Morning Brew with Germaine book club, and it's going to be powered by HOV Publishing. But 12 books in 12 months, and yours could be one that we bring to the community that we focus on in that month. I will have more information for you. I am super excited about that, making that a global. Listen, global, when you think about the platform, it stretches across the seas. So, your book, yes, we want people to be reading it so we could discuss it, have the authors in on the conversation. I am super excited about that. And I don't want to give more than I have right now to give, but stay tuned. You will be able to join early because we're going to be rolling that out also. So, lot going on, lot going on, lot going on. I'm excited. Just stay connected. And you know what? All this is with you in mind. Morning Brew was inspired by all of you, the power of your stories. Even if you have not officially connected with Morning Brew and our partner, Hope of Vision Publishing, even if you have not officially connected with us, it is not too late to become part of the family, part of the community. Yes, so we can highlight, profile your book, your story, and hey, pay it forward. You know, your story has power that will help and bless so many people on a larger scale. You just have to believe that. All right, guys. So, Morning Brew. And before I go in, I got more good news. I just want to keep, guys, you all make this possible. You make this all possible. So I got an email. Well, it wasn't an email. I went into Facebook when I was getting ready to actually set up about the new Morning Brew that was coming. And there was a pop-up box that said, because of consistency, because I've been so consistent, they have invited me to now monetize my Facebook page. Go figure. And all I'm doing is showing up, right? 5 days a week. So that was exciting news. Go figure. So now Morning Brew can stretch and allow people on the different platforms to be able to be a part, sow a seed, as little as $1 a day for a cup of coffee. You can help contribute to keep this moving forward. And I would love to get your ideas also to see how we can expand and we can, broaden the conversation with Morning Brew with Germaine and your stories. So, but stay tuned, because when I say there's some exciting things coming that have you in mind, it has you in mind. So you never know. Morning Brew may be in a town, a city near you, for you to be able to come in. But I'm contributing it to one, having a community of people that just are so. I'm thankful for you just showing up, stopping by to have coffee with me, even from afar, from a distance, because I may not be able to see you and know who you are, but you know what? They know how to track numbers to know who's chiming in and stuff. So it's blowing my mind. But with that being said, you are the purpose and the inspiration. I pay attention to when people are speaking and what it is their needs are. That's the only way how I know how to be a problem solver, to help solve a problem that people may have. So it's paying attention. But I'm so thankful of all the new exciting things that are getting ready to launch. And one, I am so excited. I talk about my coaches a lot, and how they're becoming a part of Morning Brew. On Stay tuned, because Coach V is coming and he's rolling out new products, new books. I am so excited. He will be with us this month on the 19th, the champion coach. Yep, he will be with us for Mixed Blend Wednesdays, his once a month on the 19th. And we will also remember, ladies and men, you too, for those that chimed in to check out our menopause. Whew, yes, our menopause segment with Coach Kathleen. She is officially a part of the Morning Brew family. So once a month, she will be stopping by with tips. Make sure you get your questions in. You can always go to the website. Let me pull that up, because you can always go to the website. You can leave questions. You can email us. Okay, let me do this. You can go to the website Morning Brew with Germaine and you can leave notes, messages, or you can email us at morningbrewwithgermaine@gmail.com. You can definitely stop over at YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, morningbrewwithgermaine.com. And we are going to be, I know this is a lot. I just want to keep you engaged that you can always stop by and get your coffee breaks with us. We are also expanding across all of the podcast platforms from um, Apple to Amazon to, so you'll be able to find us in audio version across all the platforms. Whew, it's a lot happening. It is, and I'm so excited because all I did was say yes. Okay, God, I said yes. Yes, I'm just gonna jump off the ledge. Who would have thought organically growing, being consistent would just begin to blossom and become so beautiful so people have a platform they can share their stories? Who would have thought? As much I fought it for years, but here we are. Here we are, and the train is not stopping. As long as God got me, we're going forward, right? So, all right, I don't want to give y'all much more because there's another day. Tomorrow's another day. We can continue sharing, all right? But I do want to say, I'm just going to add this up. So if you want to support us, listen, for $1, you can go just subscribe to, well, let me take that off the screen. Subscribe to, yes, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but just buy a coffee, help someone in need, help the program continue to go forward, with all of you in mind. And thank you to all those that support us. Thank you so much. Also, you have an opportunity to become an official member once a month, and take part in that and get more insights and stuff. As the platform is growing, and it's thanks to you all for just showing up. I appreciate you and love you more than you will ever know because you are becoming a part of my dream, my vision, and hopefully I can help pour into yours. So, but if you are interested, you could just scan the QR code and for as little as $1 a day, you could buy a coffee because all our dollars together packs a powerful punch. And with that, I leave that with you. So, all right, guys, so let's do this. We are now coming into the final sip. I'll continue to share because when I say there's quite a bit of things that's just organically happening, whew, thank you. Now let's go into the final sip, right? So in the final sip, it's in our closing, and I like to leave some things with you. And the first thing I want to say is rest isn't rebellion. Mm-mm. It's restoration. Restoration. The world needs you whole, not hurried. When you choose rest, you're not falling behind. You're falling in alignment. How many people want to get in alignment? Proper alignment, right? How many people want to get in alignment? Not feel like this is over here, this is going this way, but you want to get in alignment. So get the rest that your body's calling for. So, all right, guys, you know how we do. I'm gonna finally take a sip. This has been extremely hot. You see the steam coming up. I don't want to burn myself. That is so good. All right, guys. So this is what we do. We sip slow. And I want to leave 3 things to you. Call to actions, okay? Schedule rest like it's sacred. Do not sacrifice it because I want you to know it is, and you'll know the difference. Replace I'm too busy with I'm prioritizing peace. I want to say that one again because we're all guilty of this. I'm too busy. Nope. I want you to begin to look at things a different way and begin to speak things differently. I'm prioritizing peace. Let that just get in your psyche. Let that get in your mind. Let that get in your being. I'm prioritizing peace. So replace I'm too busy with that. I'm prioritizing peace. And remember, you can't change the world if you're too tired to dream. Well, that's it for me today. So I hope something resonated with someone out there to know that rest is what we need. All right. Have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you decide to stop by for coffee, I hope you do. And we'll be back with, guess what? Another brew topic on Morning Brew with Germaine. Have a great day. Please be safe out there. And please make sure you do good by your body, yourself, your mind, your mental state, and get some rest. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.